And chat. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the patron stream of Disco Elysium. This is part 2 of this month. I've talked it over with the patron, who is paying for 8 hours of the stream per month. We'll be doing it in 4-hour chunks, twice a month from here on forward. Last time we had just concluded talking to the murderers, who I suspect may not have actually done the murdering, and concluded that we needed help to get the body down, I believe. Oops. I probably should have hit load game, because I hit a save after the autosave. Okay, it did pick. That. Alright, cool. Alright, let's see if this guy's anything new to say today.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Oh, I found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Seems like it isn't his. Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
Good, you don't deserve it.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Right, I'm going.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Good talking to you. Gotta run. Alright. So we gotta get help from the people here. Maybe we have to talk to Measurehead?
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Fuck it, I'll ask. Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
Effeminate? Those guys? God, I hate this guy.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
There's more to it. What have you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
Who do you mean?
Find out for yourself, endomorphic blob.
Fuck you.
Interesting.
I'll ask him the other thing.
I am not.
You pick up on something artificial.
But you're all part of the union.
The Hardy Manlets are on the pay of the
Manlets.
company. I answer to the union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Similes.
Somehow I doubt that.
Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the company of my woman.
Yes, it was probably nothing.
Okay, so I can't ask Measurehead for help getting the body down. I could ask the scab leader.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I think you may be able to help me decipher some tattoos. Take out the picture.
Don't think so.
He grunts, barely glancing at it.
Suddenly, this feels like a really, really bad idea.
Oh. Bad idea, huh? I'll leave it for now. I think that might lock me off of other stuff if I... Oh my god, his shirt is bursting. It's straining against the buttons. Holy shit. Buy something that fits you, dude. I think this might lock me out of stuff that I want to do later. Or make him mad at me forever. So I'm gonna... Of course, yes, forget about it. Let's discuss something else.
Actually, I think we should maybe even get going now.
He clearly does not think poking the hornet's nest is a wise plan anymore.
You don't have any tips on how to punch a guy out, do you? Say a really big race theorist guarding a button? If he could, he'd do it himself. Because he's got like a foot and 50 pounds of muscle on you. I'm just going to leave now. Okay. Was there something I had to do with the car? Oh yeah, the headlights.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Yeah, Scab Leader is one of the mercenaries. Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
Alright. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
Engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The raised permitting gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian
That's loud.
with a whiny growl.
That's loud. I could barely hear what the narrator was saying. Press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait, look around you.
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
He smells the air and says, "Where are we on this?" Point to the halogen map.
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
He says, his finger near the top of the map, on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
Did it have a name before they called it the burnt-out quarter? I'll look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
Okay, remind me. What is this a ledger of, Jojo? Because I'm blanking on it. I know I picked this up as part of my messed up clipboard last time, but I can't remember. Excuse me, I can't remember what it's a ledger of. Oh, I suppose I could just look at the task. Oh, also, I have unfortunately been spoiled as to my name. I had figured out it was Harry, but I now know it's Harry Dubois, because a friend of mine linked me that poll that went around of who was the more pathetic, Harry Dubois or Nero von Skeva from Final Fantasy XIV, because she wanted to laugh with me about the Final Fantasy XIV thing. And she didn't know that I hadn't found the name yet. Like, she got it on her first day in this game. So she didn't know you could get it later than that. The watermarks on your ledger. They may yield some information about who you are. What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3, that's it?
That's it.
Hey, Kim, what do all these holes mean? Point to the dots on the watermark.
Those are perforations.
Yes, I know what a perforation
your
is.
record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
The long one's going to be failures, isn't it?
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant. Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
Oh, it's probably not.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I walk the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. So about 30 years. Probably some boring office job. I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time. Wait, 18 years I've done this?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Probably some boring office job. Same as everyone else.
No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see.
Is he going to count them with a glance? I wouldn't put it past him.
Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills.
Oh.
You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Oh. Well, that's morbid.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
Shut up, electrochemistry. I'm going to say that's not too many.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
I took it in a good way, thank you.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers, nor should he. It's near a Tallskeva. Van is reserved for a legatus. Gotcha.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective, or self-destructive than others.
Well, at least I wasn't a horrible, horrible cop. He gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby other than drinking myself to death?
Anything's better than annihilating yourself with drugs and alcohol.
What happened to me? Because clearly I used to be a good cop. And not just good at being a good cop. Capital G, capital C. What happened to me that drove me to this?
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
I'll ask this, but I may regret it. Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate. I won't press him. Maybe I should pour one out for the boys, the fallen? I guess I'll ask that. The lieutenant sighs.
If you want to pour out the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm certainly not going to stop you.
Actually, I'm just going to hold on to this.
As you will.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
He presses a remote control on the key.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Oh, alright. Let's take a look at this. Oh. Name unknown, rank unknown. Superstar Cop 4, Apocalypse Cop 0, Sorry Cop 6, Boring Cop 3, Communist 4, Fascist 2, Ultra Liberal 4, Moralist 5, Good Cop / Bad Cop 9, Honor 2, People Killed 3, Cases Solved 216, Years in Service 18 years. Huh. Okay, so that's, I guess cases solved will go up as I solve specific cases. Like if I solve the question of the cursed shop, for example, that'll go up to 217. I don't want to ask Kuno anything. I'll ask Guard if he knows how the victim's clothes got in the trash. Another reason Nero was ticked off, Tal means Tribunus Laticlavius, officer between Legatus and Centurion, highest of the 6 tribunes in the Legion, while Nan is chief engineer, so Nero actually outranks Sid severely.
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Who else has keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Yeah, that is pretty odd.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road.
Okay, main plot stuff then.
Thank you anyway.
Could someone on your staff have put them in there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Thanks, let's talk about something else.
Yes?
I need 5 more real. This has unauthorized access to the whirling trash. Find this person, you'll know who tampered with the scene. It may take a while. Okay. Access the harbor and ask for Everard Claire's help. Oh, I have to get past Measurehead. Oh, great. Probably talk to about 2 people about them for this. Okay. Maybe Joyce is one of them? Just Kim Shortwave to run the serial number. Ah. I've got a bunch of things I have to ask Kuno. Great. Now, Joyce, I've got some tattoos for you to look at. There are other ways into the harbor, yeah. I'm not sure I have any clues on them, though. I'll try to figure it out. Wait, where's the dock? Ah, I see it.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I have a photo of the victim's tattoos.
She reaches for the photo, takes it, then holds it in her hand. For about half a minute, in silence.
We did just hand her a photo of a corpse. I should have warned her.
It was taken with a Trigat not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters.
Oh, it's a story.
Numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like blooms in a pattern?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few.
Missing an end quote.
Fort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
She points to his heart. What is that?
Revachol. Those are the 2 constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad.
Oh.
This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Actually, that's a really cool tradition. That's a really cool bit of faith tradition.
Where is he now?
I've spoken to him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse. I'll be weird.
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh, I can't ask her for money anymore. I'll ask her some more about reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
3% chance. What is this acute encephalopathy?
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
What causes encephalopathy?
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
It's definitely the drinking.
She nods slowly. What this boils down to is, this reality thing is stupid. Blow this joint, grab a bottle, and drain that shit right down your throat.
Shut up, electrochemistry.
Yes, and lie about it too, to her.
No.
Wait. This reality thing is the only game in town. It's probably in your interest not to blow it.
Wipe that urge from your mind and get back to reality.
She stares at you, head tilted to the side, with a slightly concerned look on her face.
I will ask what is this and spread my hands. Hey, quiet man, how's it going?
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
You mean a penguin? Am I really that awkward?
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
I meant, what is this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A.
Was that how you pronounce
where the tenants have
Ghislain?
been kind enough to rent me a slot.
I had been pronouncing it Ghislaine. About the woman in the news, who I shall elaborate no more upon.
Or two.
She looks around. What is Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux.
Weird that it's not
But
tenement, then.
33A and 33B are not nouveau. They're old.
She looks up at the crumbling facade.
This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Who lived in them?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off. Splat, splat.
From a dilapidated balcony, Cindy the Skull gives Joyce the evil eye, her red paintbrush held to her throat.
Wonderful.
What is that? Point to Cindy the Skull. All right.
The girl in the old lady rags.
Yes.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture?
Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
I understand everything. Make it more complicated somehow.
I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead.
Well, that's a downer.
All right. What next?
That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Thank you. That's all for now. All right, let's go talk to Kuno. And ask him about stuff. Hey, wait. Is that guy new? It takes willpower to even read the author's name. Jan Kaus from Agonia. Journal can tell you about checks you have found but haven't passed. Okay. Oh, this is a lady. My bad. You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. A good one?
Yes? Hello?
She nods, her attention fully focused on reading. Who are you? She's reading, man. Leave her alone.
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Odd to specify that. How far we got since last stream? We're about 20 minutes in. We've asked Joyce 3 questions, and accomplished nothing else.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Okay, I'll be rude. What are you doing?
Looking for something to read.
She reverts her attention to a worn-out paperback. So the first stream, but not much more. Well, we're at noon on day 2. And trying to figure out how to get into the harbor. Good.
It is.
Fuck it. I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Do you need... good then.
Mm-hmm.
She reverts her attention to the soggy books on the bookstand. Do you need the help of a policeman? I have no choice but to ask that.
What with?
She tries hard to focus on the bookstand. That's all for the moment. I'll let you read.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
Alright, let's talk to Kuno and then maybe go into the bookstore and try to solve that. Alright, what all do we have to ask Kuno? Ask Kuno if he knows anything about the victim's clothes in the trash. Ask Kuno what he knows about the armor. As long as you don't have a free place to stay, you have to do this every night. Ooh, can I get a place in the apartment building then? Interesting. Alright, well, we got 2 things to ask Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I have more questions. 8% chance to figure out what's going on with the kid. Oh, I backed down from him. And I got a penalty to that. I have more questions about the crime scene.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. How did they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen! Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
Alright, entertain me. What's so great about these pants?
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists.
I totally believe you.
Believe it, you need this shit.
He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic-wrapped pants. They're graphite black and look brand new. Oh, he's not wearing them. Okay, he's just got them under his armpit?
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot.
Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now, you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
What else do I need to ask Kuno about? I already asked him about the trash. No, Kuno, you don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have pants.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for fouling anyway, pig.
Fuck it, I'll ask him about the horrible mug.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Why am I asking people about the damn mug? What does that have to do with anything? Yes, does this racist mug have anything to do with it?
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, 'cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene, cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
He nods in approval. That's not what I want to do.
The kid may have something there. He's already come up with an interrogation technique too.
Shut up, Physical Instrument.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together here.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face.
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I presume I have more questions about the body.
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
Kim, help me out here. What do we want to know?
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
I can ask where the rest of his armor is now.
Have you seen anything suspicious?
Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh, so you do know where it is.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk.
And yet you want to sell me pants for 500 real.
You want to fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates.
Who do you mean troubadour? Are we talking about the, Mexican guy?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows.
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
You mean Manana?
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Well, he's not going to be nice if I ask him have he seen anyone suspicious around. But I'll ask.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
I hate this kid. Alright, I've just cut out part of the video for YouTube because they said something pretty nasty. That probably should have been censored. But I guess they thought they'd get away with it because it was in a foreign language. I don't know. Alright, let's talk to Manana. Yo, Manana, you like cows?
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had the good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Well, the kid says he took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock.
Yeah, he's a real asshole.
Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used this to, what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
Shut up, electrochemistry. The probe into the armor. What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
How did the kid get up there to tear it off?
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Is it pronounced cuirass? Huh. Hold up. 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it. All the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
It's implied he finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
Might as well try.
A mesquite's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you. I did some research into this.
How does it come up?
In parts. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Yes, you said as much.
Thank you for the cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Fuck it, I'll ask this guy for 5 real.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
That's gonna be a penalty to talking to him later.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
That sounds like that piece of dialogue is out of place. Lieutenant Kitsuragi picks up the coin and hands it to you. Appreciate it.
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
Good talking to you. Gotta run. I've got to ask Kim about some stuff.
Yes? What do you want to know?
Now that we've inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you mentioned.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man.
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
So, you volunteered to spoil it?
Yes. I am an unrepentant spoilsport.
The lieutenant appears pleased with this. What's special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
I wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station. He raises an eyebrow, thinking it best to let you make the next move. I don't like any of these dialogue options. There can only be one conclusion. I am the finest, a case-solving machine sent to outperform you in every way imaginable.
A good joke.
A joke, of course. Rest assured, I have no intention to compete with you.
It's good we set this thing aside. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition?
Okay, enough of the competition then. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
I will try this check.
Because you're the best qualified.
Snake eyes!
That doesn't seem right.
Dumb brain, I'm good for nothing.
You look dumb if you keep the lieutenant waiting for too long.
Damn it, I damaged my own morale. I could put a point into logic. Do I want to spend a point in logic on that? I have 4 skill points available. I've got 4 skill points. I'm curious. Let's put a point in logic.
Yes?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
Logic could come in handy in the future, true. Well, they didn't seem to think very highly of me, so that makes more sense than the other stuff I thought of.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
Kim, what if my precinct... No, hang on. Do I keep it to myself or not? I'm going to keep that to myself.
Of course, it's only a theory. Whatever their reasoning, there's nothing written that says you have to prove them right.
Well, I'm going to try to prove them wrong. May take a while, so I can't do that yet. Body has to be down, autopsy has to be finished, and Kim has to be absent. He wouldn't approve. This will be devilishly tricky, so don't beat yourself up if you manage to send the body to the processing without getting hold of the boots. This may take a while, like a long while. I need 4 real. The secret passage in the whirling probably leads to the harbor. Authority godly. I can retry the broken window. Huh. I'm gonna go do that real quick. And also try the blue door in the back of the whirling.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What happened to my hand way back when? What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Did I shoot my window? So that's the size of the impact.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
My shoe, maybe?
The shoe you found on the balcony fits the hold almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe.
What a stupid thing to do.
Pretty much. But hey, at least you found your shoe. Not that it will keep you warm at night.
Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door. Oh god, I broke the bathroom door too.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
I'm sorry for this.
No problem, officer.
He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave. Oh hey, I'll take the 5 EXP. What if Cindy the Skull is one of the mercs? Probably not. They did say she'd want a high vantage. Oh wait, I was going to check the blue door.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
What is a dimple lock?
You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Try to push on the door.
The door does not budge.
Touch the door.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame.
Oh, is the dimple lock just that one in the handle that you turn?
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Alright, I got nothing new to say to this guy. Damn it, I used up all my green bubbles yesterday. May I offer a suggestion? Sure, if you want to. It's your patron pick. I am fairly bad at this game. What keys have I got? Try the area east of the body. Oh! There's stuff over here I didn't know about.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is this?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Perception sight. Do I have anything for perception? I'm going to save and try this skill check.
An inconspicuous pile of the roof because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets.
I'm going to safe skim this a little bit because I'm at a dead end for a lot of stuff.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets. No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
What feeling?
Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones.
I could put a point into perception to make it easier. I've already put 1 point into perception. Yeah.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Ethan.
Got it.
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly.
Pull the panels aside.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Okay, that was heavy.
What is this, then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Is it locked? An empty tube of Magnus Sola magnesium supplement. The host says, get out of the way or get fucked up. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
Oh, great.
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying.
Well, I'm not going to use it.
There's a good, vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere?
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However...
He points to the ladder in the corner.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Cured pig's head. It looks mummified. There's that ladder. Nothing to the bottom right. Okay, this is the ladder. Hooray! The doorway is going to collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. Ooh, what's in the bucket? Postcard Grand Couronne 37. This way. And I'm blocked from going up here. Is that a rope to climb? Oh, okay. Nose fed, cool. Can't go back there. Oh, is that money? 90 real. $1.1 real. I need one more real. I thought I did click the jacket. Oh no, I tried and it made me walk someplace else.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
That's probably mine.
When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
You son of a gun, it's a cop's cloak.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
He judges the drop. You know what? That's fair.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
For challenging. Oh, and I've got a penalty to savoir-faire because of what I'm wearing. Look around.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
What exactly are we doing up here?
I was under the assumption we could ask the leader of this union to help us get this body down. This is why we're here, right?
He doesn't wait for you to answer.
Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He looks around, wind rustling his hair. Oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna change my clothes for this, yes. Do you really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump?
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it?
He looks over the ledge at the cold pavement below. That's like an 8-foot drop. I can handle that.
Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
Yeah, not right now. Whoops, didn't mean to make a new save. Oh well. Choose a -1 savoir-faire. Oops, I didn't mean to put on the hat. Take off my pants to do this. Oh god, that's horrible.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
Holy wow, that's high. Doesn't seem dangerous. The lieutenant must be crazy to suggest that. This is certain death. Vertigo almost pushes you over the edge.
Sure. Just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there.
I guess we'll put a point into savoir-faire.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Oh, I did it. Okay.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Close your eyes. Let your senses take in the world around you.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below.
Continue the voyage through the salty air.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
I think that might be the first trophy I've gotten from Disco Elysium. Goodest of the good cops. Is that for succeeding in a bunch of skill checks?
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Alright, let's put my pants back on. Do I go -1 reaction speed or -1 savoir-faire? It's for hidden Kim points. Ah. I don't care about electrochemistry. There are 3 bullet holes in the surface of the jacket. Huh. Let's see what happens when I equip that. Okay. I will do that. I'll put my shoes back on. Ooh, what is this? Radio's emitting strange buzzing sounds. Giant ass print on the pillow and a pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
I wonder what that's for. I'll insert 10 cents.
The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
I guess I'll try it.
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air.
I might try this again later, I guess.
Sure, why not? Muscle memory is a tricky thing. Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, repeat.
Oh, this is a phone
until it
because there
works.
isn't a
All
phone
it
elsewhere.
takes is motivation and practice.
Book, La Fumée, Volume 1, Number 4. The leading intellectual organ of Martinez communism offers a radical Mazovian perspective on a range of contemporary issues. The cover features a stylized portrait of the late King Frissell with a pair of white antlers growing out of his head. I'll interact with that.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Frissell. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Well, all right, books take a while to read. How long do they take to read? Why Frissell?
Because Frissell was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Look through the pages, see what catches your eye.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections: international developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Will each section take like half an hour to read or something? Actual question. Because I'm budgeting my time at the moment. Or has it already taken the time? Because I see it's 12:51, about an hour after I started this part. You know what? We have quite a few hours in the day. I'll read it. Read the editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers.
A lot of people are committed to telling the truth. It's pretty subjective from person to person, though.
Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership.
Sure does.
So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Play it cool, pretend everything's in order.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
I want to catch up on international development.
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd.
Book riots?
Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
What is Kunst und Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. Why they decided to title this one section in Valda is beyond you. It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS.
CS, huh?
The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournee, a critical Mazovian perspective.
Read the profile of CS.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
Just a moment, what is this tip-top tournee?
The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing. If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll.
All right, let's see what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature.
Oh, that took a
about all
bunch
the
of time.
politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournee.
Okay, that took like 15 minutes. All right. Wait, what's wrong with Tip Top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
What's so bad about sponsorships?
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
That's a lot of T's in that word, right? But then you get to see them crash.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest.
I mean, NASCAR and Formula One have a shit ton of fans, and they try to stay crash-free.
At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
No, I'm pretty sure I like it for the racing.
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave.
I guess I've never thought about it that much.
That's because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you.
This game is not a fan of basically any kind of political speech. Or at least the way people approach it. It's not a fan of the way people approach any of this stuff. Kim, this article says that no one really watches Tip Top Tournee for the races.
Ah, come on. Can this article read your mind?
It seems to think so.
A certain kind of young man reads 1 or 2 books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality.
Yeah, fair.
If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
Yeah, fair.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before
Let's see what they mean by local concerns.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta.
Oh, that took another 15 minutes.
Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Oh, simply for that, huh? Well, I'm not going to say any of these 3 things. What the fuck? Wouldn't it be better for everyone if labor and capital could reach some reasonable accommodation?
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies in the coalition. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
All right, put the magazine away. Someone left the coffee machine on. Dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. That's an odd conclusion to draw. Odd descriptor. Standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Every worker equals member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. And at the bottom, the union logo and demand democracy. This door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Yeah, unfortunate. You want to snoop?
Let's see what's inside, he thinks.
Open the drawer.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Browse through the folders.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
YOLO, force yourself to go through the folders. Yay!
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Look at the note.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
Leo, huh? Have I met a Leo? I don't think I've met a Leo.
All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of errands for Everard.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the
Sure
list.
does.
What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? blood.
Shut up, electrochemistry. Take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, all items on the list have
Close the drawer.
drawer slides shut smoothly.
Le Jardin 21. Oh, morale healing, cool. Neat office shades. Let's see what the benefits of that are. Visual calculus and -1 drama. Alright, we'll keep that in our pocket for skill checks. Alright, how much money have I got? I've got 1952. So I can sell a couple of postcards for money. If I don't get 5 more green dots to interact with. Collecting rainwater. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
This is really sad. I must have been miserable.
Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
He turns to leave. I'm still going to pick up the bottles. Alright, I can sell those for enough money to get a good night's sleep.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, Rene Arnaud.
Oh, so this is where Renee works. I'm going to look around, search the booth.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
If I take the photo, he'll be hostile to me because he knows I searched this place. Like if I show him that I've taken that, he'll be hostile to me. So I'm going to leave the picture alone.
Let's get going. The entire neighborhood can see us up here.
All around you, great machines in quiescence. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Kvalsund. And now I have enough money to stay. Okay, that's a dead end. Kvalsund means whale fjord in Ardan. shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Pile of cargo belts used for heavy lifting. One says vermilion. Alright, before I continue, I need to go to the bathroom, so I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. The speaker tower is silent. There is no work to organize in the yard below. Ooh, money. 1.1 real. Musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Gloves. Fallen Ultra Series gloves. +1 half-light. Unfiltered contact. +1 electrochemistry. Cigarette-tained fingertips. Well, let's swap that out. Maybe you'll get fewer electrochemistry chime-ins. $1.1 real. Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. That's a thermos? They call them thermoses when they're that big? The banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red.
Container,
Oh, there's Leo, the janitor.
Container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, now belongs to Everard.
That's a bit on the nose. The tiny man is so engaged in his work, he doesn't notice you. Hi.
Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
A shadow passes over his kind face. What is it with you people in scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
You're Ubi, right?
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Okay, that's a bit weird for you to bring up out of the blue.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
Ooh, red check that cannot be retried. Do I want to save scum this? I am having a lot of trouble with this game.
Sure, mister. About what? Bye-bye now.
Alright, that was a logic check, I believe.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
I had some questions for you, if that's not too much trouble.
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
This looks like a massive redecorating operation.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers?
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
I was hoping you would. What is underneath these red covers?
Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think.
Thanks, Leo. You've been very helpful.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
The little guy affirms merrily. Where is everyone? The harbor is empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with a confidential look.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months
You
now.
seem like you're working.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
He pauses to think.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What trouble did Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
But you sound like you're about to tell me. He smiles and leans closer.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Really? Did they kill someone?
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking.
He probably doesn't know anything anyway. Who in their right mind would tell him?
You got a point, Rhetoric. He is kind of a blabbermouth. Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
A good-hearted chuckle again.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
The lieutenant looks up at Leo.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those douce sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Hold on, who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school
Oh,
and
it's
everything,
the
east of
gardener
the river.
lady.
4
Quote,
years she was
unquote.
gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids.
Aww.
Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer, aka the gardener?
He might not like me if I asked him this question, but I'm going to ask. Okay, so this is the union fixer, the gardener?
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip, too.
The little guy smiles a disarming smile at you.
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later.
Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners? No. No, I'm not going to tip my hand there. What's in that container over there? Point to the container suspended from the crane arm.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
I'm looking for the leader of the dock workers union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood.
He coughs, then continues immediately.
Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Easy now, Leo. I just want to know where I can find this man.
Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course.
He points to the two joint containers on your right. All right. Okay, I'm off. All right, in we go. The coffee in the giant thermoses is still lukewarm. A stair made of pallets leading up. I'm going to save, just in case this goes bad. A taxidermy fish that tells time.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
Is his portrait supposed to be wall-eyed?
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Are you in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Mr. Dubois.
It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite his giant desk.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair and continues through his nose.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
I'm sure it does.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods at you, then to the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Ooh, do I take a seat or do I stand? Standing would probably be a power move. Oh, I forgot to take off my dumb glasses. The glasses drop my authority. I'm going to load my save and take off my glasses.
Before you is, with great effort, he straightens.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois. I'm Everard Clare. I'd offer you my hand.
He looks extreme.
You go ahead.
Whatever he has, forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
If I ask him why he's calling me Dubois, that'll definitely get me a penalty for conversation with him later. I'm going to say I'd rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
We definitely won't be equals in this situation, but I'll take the seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say.
No, that one's on me.
This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead. Take
This is a bribe.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
This is a bribe. It's not a big bribe, though. It's actually kind of small for a bribe. It could just be on the level. Yep, it's a bribe. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to say, wait, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least, don't thank him for it.
Keep it, I'm good.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
He crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into his chair. That is a hell of a nice chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
Should I be happy about that?
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun.
So the oddity shop guy told them.
The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
I'll speak with authority. I'm not worried. I got this.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Oh, I shouldn't have sat in the chair. Damn. I'll roll the dice.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are going to shoot themselves with it.
No, I'm not about to cry. Try to stay cool.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down.
I'm taking a lot of damage here. This is a boss fight.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. Oh, they're just making me suffer with this failed skill check. I keep sliding down the chair like a jello shot, I guess.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I can use that glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Oh, yeah, definitely busy.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
I'll start with... there's a lot of topics here. Do I open with the drug trade thing? Would that put him on his guard or throw him off? I need to think about this for a sec. I'm going to open with the... I've just finished investigating the local drug trade.
You've got a lot of spirit clearing up the drug problem alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now, let's talk real business.
Actually, Rivershell doesn't have a mayor. He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him.
Fair enough. Aren't you going to ask me how I got in?
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age...
Hmm. I'll be a smartass. I too am surprised by the resilience and athleticism of this tool I've been provided with.
Yes, yes, Harry. You are obviously in peak physical condition, and I salute both your initiative and your physical prowess. Very impressive, Harry. Very impressive. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
I sense there's a but.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
He's playing with us, Kim.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I've opened a few doors in my life.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
Yeah, sure there isn't.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
Why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
That's about the size of it.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He removes his glasses and rubs his nose.
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
He puts his glasses back on. Damn it, fine. I'll look into it. We need to talk about that murder.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level.
He flicks his fingers. Are you going to tell me which door I need to open?
You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
All right. Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Hmm. There are three options here. You're a community leader, help your community out. Will probably come off to him as too naive. Saying nothing lets Kim's words stand on their own. Also, I studied the footprints of the crime scene worker boots. Do I say nothing, or do I say I studied the footprints at the crime scene? What to say? I'll let Kim's words stand on their own and not undermine him.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values.
He licks his fat lips and smiles.
But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you.
He picks up the handset of a radio phone to his right, then clicks a button.
Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race signs. He's had enough of that.
Measurehead. Measurehead is Jean-Luc. How did I know? He hangs up and turns back to you.
You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you.
I met Joyce, the company representative.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along.
Like a house on fire.
One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals?
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her, because you and I are such good friends, and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree. I'm not a jealous guy.
Well, there's a message in that. Why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as
Yeah,
that.
no shit, Volition. What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gaumont?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
He made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
You called him a midget.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his tricks. This man almost never angers visibly.
Okay, Evron. Joyce seems to think the Union is lowballing her.
Yes, yes. Low-balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
I've got some balls. Joyce said the previous Union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait. There was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Funny, Joyce didn't mention any casserole.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was. Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization.
Your portrait is weird.
I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun.
Bringing
Tell
up the
her
gun
about
again.
Everything. Everett doesn't mind.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now. This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
Okay, so if I ask him why he called me Mr. Dubois, it'll come off as weak. However, he already knows, almost certainly already knows, that I've lost my memory. Let's talk about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun.
Yeah, the lady driver bought it. Did she bring it to him? Hold on, could he really hold my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Does he already have the gun? Does he already have the gun is the question. Or are his men trying to find it? Do I let him know that I have a lead on it? That audio clip that played out of place said I had blood on me, so there's gonna be some violent interactions later. I don't have any way to eject myself from this part of the conversation. I'll be frank. I will not be blackmailed with this gun business.
Harry, Harry. I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't put the RCM in a good light.
I've disappointed him. Oh.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
Everett, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great. Wouldn't want to get stuck in here.
Here. You're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
That was an unsettling conversation. All right, let's get out of here and then talk to Kim.
Yes?
I can't discuss anything with him. Weird. Oh, what's this? 0.74 real. Oh, what is this?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marsh on. Arrête off.
This is a bad idea. I'm going to leave that alone. Alright, let's talk to Manana.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Was nice enough.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
He notes solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Everett said you have a key to a door.
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
He said it was belonged to a weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you.
He taps the side of his nose with a little wink.
I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I heard something about a weasel, and it didn't sound like a local polar weasel, if you know what I mean.
Polar weasel? Oh. I know what you mean. I'm pretty sure he's
Oh wait, that was a racist thing?
So you're gonna be committing fratricide, my racist friend.
I didn't mean to say a racist thing. This autosave is after I completed the conversation with... Alright, well, I don't want to say the racist thing. I thought I was asking him if that was a whistleblower.
A rusting marsh.
So, how'd you...
You've been in there.
It's buddy. Right. You talked to the boss. A key, huh? Oh, say, I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I'm not really doing this for political reasons.
Oh, so the none of the above type, are you? I get it. I get it. I like to keep my
The world's
distance
most
too.
laughable.
But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks.
What was that trophy for? Actually, I'm not going to look at the trophy list, duh, in case it spoils me. Could someone look at the list of Disco Elysium trophies and see what the most laughable... something something. The world's most laughable centrist? Wow, you don't have to go in on me like that, game.
What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling and rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter.
His gaze wanders off into the distance.
None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else I should know about this task? This weasel person, when he'll be home?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
The man takes a big sip from his flask.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard. Who he is, and what they're fighting for. This is interesting. Ask him about the Hardy Boys.
I'm going to say, actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Hardys? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Why are you striking?
We're negotiating our share.
Your share?
Aye.
He seems pleased with himself. Wait, so not wages or pensions, or...
This stuff. They already covered.
I don't like any of these dialogue options, but I'll say, shouldn't you be grateful then? It's a lot more than most people here have.
Never grateful. Were we ever grateful, we'd have nothing. You fight for every piece.
How large a share would you like?
All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
The boss man, Everard. What can you tell me about him?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does bossing the union entail, anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties. Watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
Wow, just gonna call him out like that, Kim?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world...
Okay, I guess he wasn't offended by that.
The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
That desk seemed lavish to me.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion.
I can see the logic there.
Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
I got the picture. Let me ask you something else.
Sure thing.
A gust of wind blows through his hair.
This was great. You feel mentally reinvigorated.
Any idea who killed the hanged man?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
He shakes his head solemnly. The merc was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in harbors. It had the word vermilion written on it.
What a thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Oh, you know exactly what happened. Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
Hold up, what does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself. He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Well, we already know a violent faction, but I'm actually not convinced that they killed him. Hung him definitely, but... I wonder if he was already dead by the time they got their hands on him.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
He takes a sip from his flask. Good talking to you. Gotta run. I guess we'll go do that door. And then get Measurehead to take down the body? Let's see if Measurehead is there taking down the body as we speak. Nope, not yet. Okay. I know exactly what door they're talking about.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
Press your ear against the door.
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Well, we want to make sure this door is unlocked when nobody's here so they come back and find it. So let's knock and see if somebody's here.
You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
I guess no one is in?
The lieutenant looks uncomfortable. Lieutenant, what is your opinion of this task we're undertaking?
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself.
The lieutenant replies, still inspecting the padded door.
Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about.
So you don't mind if I unlock the door?
If the Merc Tribunal happens before we solve this, we are looking at casualties. What's one unlocked door compared to that?
That is actually an excellent point, Kim.
On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Everard we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it.
Lie to Everard? That's also an option. This could be a test to see if we'll do what he says. He could be sending us to unlock a door that someone loyal to him owns, and he'd be able to report back to Everard that we did it. Lie to Everard, that's also an option.
Yes. Presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this. Besides, if you never open it, you're never going to find out what's behind the door.
That's true. We do want to see what's in there.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there. A white alligator. A fountain of quicksilver. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft, a whistle.
Do I go in? They said nobody was following us. Let's go in. And if somebody shows up to catch us, we'll reload the save. The smell of disinfectant in the room. Smells like chemicals. A book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
What's the sevenfold sun miracle?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Lieutenant, the old flag of the suzerain.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
Is this Renee's apartment?
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing.
Is this Renee's apartment? Don't bow to the flag.
The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
I will not tap on the mugs, because that will definitely knock one down and break it. Move on from the mugs. Nope, I'm not going to take that, because that would give it away. Small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over? Nope, not stealing anything. Oh, you want me to interact with the mugs? Is that what you're saying? What I want to do is not leave any trace we were in here. So if this breaks the mugs and leaves a trace that we were in here, I'm going to reload my save.
A row of mug, a little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable.
Oh, is this where the racist mug came
The
from?
lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Whip out your yellow man mug and compare.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
Is he the one who took the clothes off? Renee.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Do you really think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from these clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here.
Renee was a monarchist, not a racist. True. Move on from the mugs. Alright, let's leave then. Alright, let's get Measurehead to take this body down. Take the body down.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Rivershot. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
What's in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinaise every day.
What is down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
Somehow that was one of the grossest descriptions so far in the entire game. What's in the east?
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Shake your shoulders again.
You shudder, looking down at your feet. Dirty rainwater runs veins into the plaza's snow.
Yeah, I remember what Shivers is. I don't think I've had very many of these interactions with Shivers before.
Two green snakeskin shoes stand at attention on the mosaic paving of the plaza.
That line wouldn't have been there if I was wearing other shoes or just in my socks. What's in the north?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The news at noon.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree, bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks.
What's below? Is that going to go on a treatise into hell? What's in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? All right, I'll say that.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
Who is that? That's a voice I haven't heard before. Why am I not there?
To be in Martinaise, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution fell.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Shudder, look further.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain.
A silk mill? A place where they milked silkworms? I have never thought about how they would do that. I guess they would have a building factory full of the silkworms to make silk? Huh, I never thought about that before.
Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition-era statics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
What's below?
Collapsed storm drains, old sewage systems flooded with rainwater. Hidden weapon caches from the Revolution, doors leading down to Loreweaver, the catacombs to which, for 3 centuries, they delivered the blue-blooded dead.
How big are the Paris catacombs, I wonder? As I hear various descriptions of them as being massive and unending and honeycombing the city. But surely they aren't that huge. Surely it's just... They can't have buried that many people down there that they would need to do that. It's why there's no skyscrapers in Paris, though. Because they would collapse the ground. Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Oh. Do the trash cans have new stuff in them now? Because it's a new day? I say wandering around, not able to find any trash cans like an idiot.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with it.
That was a cool little interlude. Very evocative. I like that. Okay, I just missed that trash can on my first pass through the town, somehow. Have I talked to this guy? No, hang on. A thought. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza? Have I talked to this guy? Work hard, I play hard, nobody works harder. Sure, keep telling yourself that. Alright, let's go sell these bottles.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Aside, your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle.
I had 14 of the damn things. Didn't want that frog hat? There was a frog hat? Oh, there was the guy selling the frog hat down by the guy who was stealing the guy who lost his job as a driver, stole the contents of his truck and is selling them, has the frog hat, right? I can't afford it right now. I need this money for, Alright, you fuckhead.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Ever told you to help us get the body down from the tree?
So it was. You surmounted the harbor wall in a display of athletic prowess to reach my superior. then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, and I will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
Shut up, he's not.
There's a but.
There's a but.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
What are you going to do with the body? Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that?
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it on ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
Oh, shut up. Okay then.
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
We're gonna get an option to press the button, aren't we?
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Apparently so.
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Evrod's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
Spoken by a mercenary, pretending to be a worker.
Yes, I am an unbelievably corrupt cop. I am corrupt every opportunity I get. Ooh, what do I say here? I'll work with whoever I want, or that's none of your business. Sorry, this is a hard... The decisions in this game are hard. I kind of want to be sarcastic, but I don't think this would be sarcasm. I'm going to say that's none of your business.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then...
Oh, is Kuno going to throw a rock at this guy?
The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mezerhead. Seems like it's a thing an authority would say. And there's been no side choosing. We did what we had to do to keep order. Seems a little petulant. I'm going to say thank you for your cooperation.
Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a Union man from now on.
Let's get to the verge of the body. But it has been 3 hours, and I have some other stuff I have to do today. My cousin is dropping off some medicine in a little while. So I think we're going to end here and pick this up again next time. Yeah, I'm still suspicious of the "we killed him" story that the Hardy Boys have. Like, something is telling me he was already dead before they got their hands on him. That would be more interesting narratively than already having the answer, I guess. But at this point in the game, I did make some good progress today. Thank you for telling me about that door I didn't know about. That I was stuck, Jojo. So thank you for telling me about that door. But yeah, that'll be it for Disco Elysium for this month. Tomorrow, I think later tonight I'm going to record a video or do a short stream of the true ending of Soul Hackers 2, and that'll be the last part of Soul Hackers 2. And then tomorrow will probably be The Wolf Among Us. Yeah, probably. And we'll get started there. But for now, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And I will see you guys next time.